Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is June the 7th, 2020. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Golden in the 2020s, 5-digit realm. Compete, don't complain. Conviction, offended by selling, one day closer to an all-time high. Hello, my elite friends. How you guys doing today? Check out tonight. Check out Friday's show, This Week in Bitcoin. It was great. Christian was on. Old Ugly Goat was on. Right now, go there now. Techbalt.com. Follow me on Twitter at Techbalt, TECHBALT. But I got to tell you, Old Ugly Goat, he said labor should not be taxed. There's a little preview for you. Also, he scared everyone straight by telling stories from his time in jail. You can skip that stuff and play it at 2x. Remember, it's taped. You can jump around. If you get freaked out by what Old Ugly Goat says on This Week in Bitcoin, you can skip stuff. I mean, you just don't come complain to me and say, oh, it was horrible. Skip it. If you don't like being scared straight, skip it or play it at 2x. All right. Also, yesterday was the Beyond Bitcoin show, of course, talking about the riots and all the current events. And on that note, it seems like in this day that everyone wants to be part of a cause, a greater good. People, I've said this before, you should be your own cause. Be your own cause. Don't let some sacrificial cause distract you. Do not get distracted from yourself here, people. You'll end up old and broke, dude, if you join the cause of the month, the flavor of the month, the flavor of whatever you want to call it, that sacrifices yourself for the greater good. Straighten up your own life, make your own bed, and yes, be your own cause. Now, let's jump into a serious question here. Let's say you're a middle-class person, upper middle-class person, American, and you're not in debt, okay? But someone owes you, and you don't need cash flow right now. You don't need cash because you're not in debt. You don't need the cash right now. But someone owes you $15,000, all right? Would you be willing to accept one Bitcoin to extinguish that debt now? I would. I definitely would. If someone owed me $15,000 and they said, Adam, okay, let's make a deal. I'll just give you a Bitcoin right now. I'd be down with that. That's cool with me. That's fine with me. It's over. Let's that's it. And then we would go our separate ways. Now, I've talked about this in other videos to make deals with people who owe you money and stuff. But this, I don't think many people would answer yes to that question. No, not many people. Most people would say, oh, no, I want the cash. I don't care how long it takes. Just, I want the cash. All right, I want the cash. I'm curious. I think one day there are going to be more people that definitely are on my side of the equation there and would rather have Bitcoin than right now. Today, the Bitcoin is worth $9,700 or something as of the time of the show. I think that's important to say if you're watching this in the future. And it's not. It'll never be the majority of the people. It'll never be the majority of the upper middle class or whoever that's owed money that'll say, yeah, they'd rather have Bitcoin than more cash. But I think some people are going to get it. And when there are a substantial amount of people like me out there that are willing to take Bitcoin instead of cash, because there's some very convenient reasons for taking Bitcoin, okay, and just getting it over with and just stashing it away, okay. And so I think people are going to wake up to it eventually. That at least people in the 20%. It'll never be the majority, and they'll probably never be the majority of the 20%ers. I mean, people are into instant gratification, and in this case, it would be instant gratification, but the fulfillment of what they said they would get. I want all my money, but they're going to understand if you get your Bitcoin, if you get it in Bitcoin, you'll get all your money in terms of fiat. It will be eventually you will, and you'll get more. So I look forward to the day when more and more people say yes. So I'm curious how many people would actually say yes. So you want to get into Bitcoin before there are more people like me saying yes. Speaking of the future, and I don't know how far into the future, when there going to be a substantial amount of people like me that are willing to take Bitcoin instead of more cash. Now, Bitcoin is 24/7, 365 days a year, right? It's not like a bank. You can send it anytime you want to. You can trade it anytime you want to, apparently. But I think everyone's got to admit that during the weekends in Bitcoin, things are not as exciting as during the week. Well, first of all, I mean, at least the cost to send Bitcoin goes down. For all you people that scream, oh, it's expensive to send Bitcoin, you wait till the weekend, it's not expensive to send Bitcoin. But the other thing, it's clear that the traders out there, and I understand traders got to do what they got to do. They're part of this space too. This is where the big boys play. I'm not a trader, but I know they're here. They seem to be stuck in the, the traditional trading mentality of trading during the week and taking the weekends off. When will it happen? When are things going to even out a little bit more? When will weekends not be as, when will weekends be comparable to the regular days of the week? Or will it ever happen? Or just people just too stuck in the tradition of not working on the weekends? I don't know. Will Bitcoin change that trading, that traditional trading paradigm? Because it seems like as soon as China wakes up on Sunday, then things, which is Monday morning to them, things start to pick up. But in the ultimate Bitcoin world, it wouldn't matter. There'd be crazy activity on a Saturday also. So will that ever happen? Who knows? Will Bitcoin change the way people look at time? Well, it's already changed the way I look at time. I value my time in halvings. Pound that like button. All right, I said there are going to be questions and answers. If you've got questions, I've got answers for all you people watching this live. Adam, let me borrow $15,000. No, never. I don't know you. I can't say that word. Adam, do you know anything about QBTCU traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange? I think I mentioned when that came out, but dude, if it's what I think it is, and it's not Bitcoin, so I suggest you buy the real thing. I don't let those things distract you. Just like in America, GBTC distracts many Americans. They should learn how to store Bitcoin. And I know for the traditional investors, these traditional, I don't know, mixtures of Bitcoin, whatever these things are, they're easier to get. You don't have to send, you don't have to know how to store, but it's worth it to learn the skills of sending and storing real Bitcoin. Because then you have the real thing. You don't have to play these weird games about Canadian Stock Exchange and whatnot. Now, 123 No Scope is up. Good to see you, man. Do you think it's reasonable for Bitcoin to have the same market cap as gold, $8 trillion by 2028? By the 2028 halving, so much liquidity floating around the system right now. Bitcoin will be different soon. Well, I don't think it's out of the question. I don't think it's out of the question. I wouldn't bet on it. I like to take it one step at a time, dude. I want to get to that Tapiero line, $1 trillion market cap first, because you're talking $400,000 Bitcoin there. I believe, to get to, because $1 trillion market cap is like $50,000 Bitcoin roughly. And so, yeah, 8 trillion would be 8 times that, which was what I just said. I just messed the whole equation up in my darn head. No, okay. So yeah, Bitcoin would be $50,000 at $1 trillion market cap. And then, 400, yeah, what I said, 8 times 50,000 is 400,000. So no, I wouldn't hold my breath for $400,000 Bitcoin at 2028, but it's not out of the question. But also, dude, wouldn't you just be happy with a $1 trillion market cap that year? I mean, look at the smile that's coming to my face when I'm thinking about Bitcoin being worth $50,000. I don't need 6-digit round, man. I mean, I've said it, but I'm conservative on this. I'll just be happy if Bitcoin's $21,000 in 2024. But no, in 2021. In 2024, I don't know. Okay, we're getting into dudes one day closer to an all-time high. Okay, but yes, eventually. Here's the deal. Here's the deal with the base of your question. Okay, Bitcoin will have a larger market cap than gold one day. Pound that like button. And that's the bottom line because Bitcoin Meister said so. Ooh, clean shaven. Watch yesterday's show to find out how I got clean shaven. All right. All right. I had Bitcoin, but you can put QBTCU and put it in your retirement account. Yeah, dude. So that's the thing. The QBTC.U, I guess, is similar to GBTC, but in Canada. So again, it's the retirement account thing. I get it. I don't have one, so I don't think about it much. All right. Let's Web City's in the house. Good to see you, man. West Coast in the house. Moving on to the topics here. So if you watch Friday's This Week in Bitcoin show, besides Old Ugly Goat talking about him acting like a bird in jail, yes, he really talked about that at the 10-minute mark around then. We got word that Coinbase had another issue. So that dealt with the Drug Enforcement Agency and the IRS in the United States. So I just want to remind everyone, this is why you don't want to deal with third parties. Okay, you want to minimize your interactions with third parties when it comes to anything. So the dude that's talking about QBTC, I know you want to use your retirement money to get Bitcoin, but you're dealing with a third party and they're going to be holding it for quite some time. Now what went on here, and so you have to trust them. There's trust involved when you just simply, and you said you bought Bitcoin on your own. So with Coinbase, there's trust involved, but the people who have bought from Coinbase up to this point, I mean, they know that Coinbase gives your social security number over to the IRS, et cetera, et cetera. But the title is Coinbase wants to sell blockchain analysis software to the IRS and DEA a year after its Neutrino acquisition. So people started to say that Coinbase was going to sell their customers' information to the IRS and the DEA. Now that would be disturbing, like all their information, selling it. That doesn't sound very good. But what's going on here, Coinbase says, is that they've made some product that the IRS and the DEA can use that will not use Coinbase's information, but they'll just use publicly available information. Now, no one in their right mind enjoys when a company says, I'm going to help the IRS and DEA collect information. It's not your private information, but it's information that's probably public. And trust us, we're never going to hand over your private information to the DEA. Don't worry. So again, here it says, but I just want to give Coinbase's side of the information. The information offered in Coinbase Analytics has always been kept completely separate from Coinbase internal data. Coinbase Analytics data is fully sourced from online, publicly available data and does not include any personally identifiable information for anyone, regardless of whether or not they use Coinbase. All right. Third parties, dudes. Third parties. So, Coinbase seems to be diversifying their business. They're into creating ways of helping the government. That's their business. That's something they do. All right, that's something they do. That's the news of the day. But they're saying they did not sell your private information to the IRS and the DEA, although clearly they've had to have given your social security number given to the IRS if you have purchased from them. Now, here someone provides a big list of no-KYC exchanges. There are a lot of P2P ones listed here. Be careful. I share the link because people ask about these things. I don't know if all of these things work. It's this guy, Chris Belcher, tweeted this out. All right, so you can check that out if you're curious. Well, someone mentioned gold. We're going to mention gold in 1 second. Pound that like button, says Web City USA. I agree. You like my clean shaven look, dude? All right. How about this shirt? You can get shirts like this listed below. This is like the node shirt. Or the decentralized shirt. I don't know what you want to. People have different names for this one. And all right, so Doug Casey. I like that Doug Casey promotes Bitcoin sometimes, but then he has these weird flashbacks to like 1982, and it's not 1982. And here we go. Let me read you what I'm talking about here. I expect that gold will soon become the preferred medium of exchange for many. And again, he says gold will soon replace cash. That's his head. I get these free newsletters. I don't cancel them because he hasn't gone the and Doug Casey will never go the virtue signaling way. Like again, if you watch yesterday's show, I talk about all these other newsletters. I don't even know how I got signed up for some of these things, but all of a sudden they got to show that they support all these communist causes and stuff. Doug Casey would never do something like that. I know that at least. But I mean, he occasionally does this weird stuff. Early adopters will include dealers in drugs, armaments, and other prescribed merchandise. These folks are very security conscious. They will be joined by all manner of people who just want to do business below the government radar. It doesn't sound like he's describing gold there. It sounds like he's describing Bitcoin, but he's okay. He thinks all of a sudden those type of people are going to be trading in gold. I mean, how doesn't sound very convenient. I don't know. I mean, clearly Doug Casey still has interest in gold business. I think we can make that conclusion. At least he's not Peter Schiff about the whole thing, okay? Now, here's a guru Doug Casey was a guru from outside of the Bitcoin space, but he was in the financial space, and he worked his way into the Bitcoin space. This dude, Robert Kiyosaki, who I called Guy Kawasaki the other day, and no one corrected me, but I realized that today that I messed up. But this dude, he was the guy that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So he's in the real estate. He's a guru to people. He's a guru to people who like to read guru books about real estate and all that. And that's not my thing. But now he is straight up saying he loves Bitcoin. He uses the word loves, like loves it, like a man loves a woman. Well, no, not like that. But well, maybe he does. Maybe his his love in Bitcoin there. I don't know. But he says, how many more? Oh, no, I said that. I versus done that. Well, let's read what he said. People say, now I'm not trying to put him on a pedestal. I'm going to get to a point here. Do what you love? Well, I agree with that. It is also important to invest in what you love. I do not love stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or ETFs. That's good to hear. If you love them, invest in them. I have loved real estate since I was 9. Okay. Gold and silver since I was 25. Well, you should talk to Doug Casey. Today, I love Bitcoin. What do you love? Well, dude, I mean, I don't want to say I love Bitcoin, but dude, yeah, Bitcoin is it's awesome. I like to use the word love for humans and stuff, but besides the point here, how many more outside the space gurus like this dude are going to be like this in the Bitcoin in the future? I mean, the more the merrier, because he does hit an audience that might not feel comfortable with Bitcoin. Some of them might, but it might take, they might be guru worshipers, so they need their guru to tell them what to do. And clearly, if he says he loves the BTC, he's going to get some people over here. So I mentioned him a few weeks ago when I called him by the wrong name. And so he keeps on talking about it. It doesn't seem to be a fad of his. He seems like he really loves it. And so we need more. And we don't need more, but there will be more. There will be more of these types of guys and gals from all sorts of all sorts of spaces that we can't even imagine. Cosmetics, who knows? Okay, now we're going to talk about an article here, and I don't really care about the subject of the article per se. It says experts weigh in on the impact of a potential Satoshi Nakamoto unmasking. That's Satoshi noise, okay? We're used to that. They quoted Coinbase and some good people, and Charlie Lee and Coinbase, I consider them good people. They said it wouldn't be that big of a deal if we know who he is. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to get into that discussion now. But what I noticed in the article, and I want to get into a noise aspect of it though. But one thing I noticed in the article is that there was a warning. It says editor's note. In the middle of the article, it says editor's note. Investing in crypto coins or tokens is highly speculative, and the market is largely unregulated. Anyone considering it should be prepared to lose their entire investment. Now, this is a Forbes article. I have seen these type of warnings quite a few times. And maybe they're doing it for legal reasons. I don't think they have to do it for legal reasons. I mean, it's a writer here, okay? I don't think this is about liability. I don't know. They feel guilty about talking about they're scared that people are going to come after them because they decide to buy altcoins or, no one, when I read about other financial mechanisms out there, they don't give such warnings. I don't see warnings. And most other financial products are not new like Bitcoin. Okay. It just seems, it seems like a little bit of overkill sometimes when they add this thing in there. Okay. Especially in this article, because the article was just about, who is Satoshi Nakamoto, which is so boring. God, so played out. So I wonder when these warnings are going to stop, because these warnings definitely leave an impression in the traditional finance person's head who reads Forbes, who stumbles upon this article, to be scared of Bitcoin. I mean, this isn't a line. It's a warning. It's not going to get people into Bitcoin. Now, I don't care, because it just it just delays the process and keeps it cheaper for the rest of us. Okay, for now. The weak hands who are scared by this now, they'll regret that they were scared by such warnings. Yet, also in the article, which really totally ruined the legitimacy of the article, they quote John McAfee. They ask his opinion on who Satoshi is, and he has an insane story. He says he knows who he is, and then he communicated with him. Is this a National Enquirer or is it Forbes? What are you going for here? What were you had Charlie Lee, Coinbase, then you have to have someone that's not respectable. Is that what you're going for here? I don't understand. But hey, do what you want to do. It's your own magazine. Do not accept the new normal. And let me just, before we go on to South Africa here, I want to just see if there are any more questions. Okay, we got people talking over there. All right, yeah, someone's talking about Robert Kiyosaki, who I called the wrong name the other day. Oh God, mistakes. All right, now they want to buy cheap coins. Hey, maybe that is why the authors of these stories put the warning in there. They're doing it for their own selves. I don't know. That's giving them too much credit there. I'm not sure about that one, but maybe. Okay, so finally, this is out of South Africa. JC sent me this actually. The Nedbank and Rand Merchants Bank joined 28 banks charged with Rand manipulation. All right. So for all you South Africans that play in the fiat realm, now there's a little bit of confusion here. Did the banks really manipulate the Rand, or did the inefficient government of South Africa print so much Rand that they want to blame the banks for manipulating the Rand? I don't know. Okay. But here's the thing. Why would you in South Africa, why would you be valuing your wealth in Rand when you can either have your government inflate it, or maybe the banks manipulated it? In Bitcoin, you're not going to get inflation. You're not going to get manipulation. You're going to get people attempting to manipulate, but you cannot manipulate it. So, yeah, interesting article, but it's just, and for 5 years, I have specifically targeted South Africa and said, dudes, get into Bitcoin now. And I do have to give them credit. Per capita among their middle class and above that have internet access, they're up there with the rest of the world. They're one of the highest compared to other countries with internet access, with people with internet access per capita. All right. So let's see. That's it. There's something. God, I hope I didn't edit this wrong. Is that 15,000? Okay, no, I'm talking to myself now. All right, dudes. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister. Value your wealth in Bitcoin, not in Rand, please. You're going to get more stories like that from a lot of other countries trying to sue their banks for manipulation of the currency. Don't be in that your country's currency when it's being when the country is suing the banks for manipulation of the currency. It's already too late. It's already too late. You should already be in Bitcoin. All right. Yeah. Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister, techbalt.com. Support the show by retweeting me on TechBalt. New show every day. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Monday, and I'll say hi to you in the chat. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye.